How to start thinking in English. But let me tell you something. This is not how human brain works. Let me start with something that might shock you that we don't think in any language, not in Hindi, not in English, not in Chinese. We think in feelings, images, and concepts. So for example, when we feel hungry, do we say that in our mind like मुझे भूख लग रही है or I am feeling hungry? No, we feel something in our stomach and that feeling comes before words. And science actually have a name for this and it's called pre-verbal thought. That means that our feelings come before the word. So when we say that I can't think in English, that means I'm trying to translate my thought instead of labeling them directly. So our real problem is most of us we trained like this. First Hindi and then we translate into English and then we check grammar and then panic about the mistakes. And that four things at the same time. Our brain hates that. Like our working memory can handle only few things at once. So when we overload it, our brain just say, okay, stop it. That's why we stop while speaking English in front of people. And that's also why we know the words, but we can't say them. It's not because that we are bad at English. It's because our brain is tired doing all the stuff at once. Here's how the neuroscience comes in. Like our brain works in neural pathways. That basically means for years, our brain learned this path, object, and then Hindi word and their meaning. And this path is strong, so it becomes automatic and fast. And English is a different path, like first object and then English word. This path is new, so it's weak and slow. And our brain does not like the new path. But here's the good thing that our brain is a plastic, not the actual plastic, it's neuroplasticity. That means the more we use the new path, the stronger it becomes. So we can say that English is not about intelligence, it's about training. Same like driving a car, riding a bike, or even typing fast. At first, it feels awkward and new. Then later, it becomes automatic because we have that little voice in our head, that constant chatter in our head. If the inner voice is always in Hindi, then English becomes our performance. Like we are not being ourselves. We are acting in English. That's not inner speech. And that inner speech does not need full sentence. Like native speakers don't think in perfect grammar either. For example, when they feel thirsty, do you think they would think like that I am going to drink water because I am thirsty? Of course not. It's gonna feel fake. Your brain prefers shortcuts. So instead of translating full sentences, just start with labeling, just like water, tired, interesting, awkward. This is how thinking actually works. And okay, let's talk about fear because this is huge. We need to. So the moment we are scared of making mistake, our brain goes into survival mode and psychologists call this amygdala hijack. Like basically it means that our emotional brain hijacks our thinking brain. So when that happens, our memory access drops, vocabulary is gone, and our confidence low. So that's why when we are alone, we speak better. But the moment we are in front of people, we start getting nervous and we become so much conscious not to make any mistake. So for us, fluency is not just about language. It becomes our emotional safety. And another mistake is treating English like a subject. School taught English like a math rule, grammar, and exams, but the language cannot be subject. Like language is skill, like the motor skill. If you know what the motor skill is, it's like your mouth, your brain, and your hearing all are working together. You don't need to think about the rules when you are writing. For example, you don't think about the rules when you are driving. Same with the language. That's why exposure matters more than study. Our brain is pattern detecting machines. It automatically learns like words, order, sentence rhythm, and common phrases. It's called implicit learning. That means that we don't study, we absorb it. And there is something deep that is identity. If English feels like foreign language or rich people language or even exam language, our brain is like, okay, keep it at a distance, but English becomes a tool. or a way to express ourselves, then our brains start accepting it. The moment English feels ours, our thinking starts changing automatically. And then I'm going to tell you the great example, like just like balance happens while cycling. It's same with thinking. When we speak, thinking becomes automatic. So that's just mean that our brain hasn't been trained yet. In the end, I just want to say that you don't have to stress it enough. You just need practice. You just need, even if you don't practice, just use it in daily life. Just try to speak something. That's it. It's just a language. So treat it like language, not subject. The more you speak, the more it becomes.